Good afternoon, everybody. This is Coach Bill with Fat Loss Made Easy. Hope you guys are having a great Friday so far. It turned into be a beautiful day today. Uh, Looking forward to more of this sunshine. We have the opportunity now to be able to get in the sun and get a little bit of vitamin D again. Hopefully the beaches are warming up because that's what I'm really missing so far. So today, guys, great topic. It's a topic I've talked about before, but I don't think I've really explained what they mean. And what I mean is the topic for today is ketosis versus fat adaptation. There is a difference. You've heard me talk about this. You've heard me talk about fat adaptation and ketone adapted. There's a difference in those also. So basically, ketosis, fat adaptation, and ketone adapted are three separate entities. So I'm just going to briefly go over them real quick. You guys, like I said in the past, you can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it, go to the description section, hit the more button, and you'll get a more specific outline of what I'm talking about with the science. So we're basically going to be getting all this in that description section. So I really encourage you guys to go there because obviously there's more information in there than I can say live. You can also go to my Fat Loss Made Easy group page, join it. This video will be there also. Okay, let's get right to it. Well, first of all, ketosis. Let's kind of give you an idea of what ketosis is. All ketosis simply means is that you're producing ketones. That's really all it means. I can have ketones in my blood right now, but that doesn't mean I'm fat adapted. And that's the difference here. Ketosis, all that means is that I am producing ketones from the food that I'm eating that's a high fat meal. And so but fat adaptation means a totally different thing. So today was my non-fasting day. As you can see, I had my coffee today. This is Friday, my non-fasting day. So this is my afternoon fat coffee, and today I'm using organic heavy cream to flavor it. Sometimes I'll use coconut cream to flavor it, but I like the flavor of heavy cream. But anyway, ketosis, it just means that I'm producing ketones, and that's about it. So today is a non-fasting day. You guys know that Emily and I do a high-fat, low-carb meals, and we combine it with alternate day fastings. So I'm eating calories today, a lot more calories than I would on a fasting day. And so most of my calories, probably 70 to 75% of them are coming from fats. And so all that means is that as I'm consuming fats, my liver or the liver is taking those fats and converting them into ketones. And if you were to take either a urine stick or a blood stick, you will see that I'm producing ketones. Okay, that's all it means. That's all it means. Ketosis only means that you're producing ketones from the liver. Now, what is fat adaptation? Well, fat adaptation also is not the same as ketone adapted. So fat adaptation means my body is primed and ready to use the fat from my own stored fat. So fat adaptation means that my body is going to use the fat, not only from the food I'm eating, but when I'm fasting, it's going to dip into my own stored fat, pull the fat out of those fat cells, dump them into the liver, and it's going to produce ketones. But my body is already acclimated to using those fat as my primary source of energy source. See, there's the kicker right there. Ketosis means you're just producing ketones. Fat adaptation means that my body is going to be using the fat as its primary energy. Because remember, when you're on the high fat, low carb diet, we're eating very little carbs at all. 20 grams or less per day, which means we've depleted our liver of carbs pretty quick. We've blown right through those. Well, most of you have been carboholics or have been eating mainly carbs multiple times a day, so your body is primed to use the carbs that are converted to sugar as its primary energy. We are not using, the body does convert all foods into glucose, but very little. We blow through that pretty quick. So the only thing we have left in our liver is we've depleted the sugar, so the body needs to go after something. And what it does is it goes after our own stored fat cells and draws the fat, converts that into ketones to be used as energy. So our bodies are already acclimated to burn fat. See, it takes time to get to that point. Those of you that have been eating carbs most of your life as your main source, you're not able to do that yet because your body's not primed to do that yet. It has to be taught to do that. That's what fat adaptation means. So ketosis, all I'm doing is producing ketones from the fat I'm eating out of my liver. Fat adaptation means that my body has already switched over to burning fat as its primary fuel. It's very happy to be burning fuel because of all the health benefits. It's happy with that fat. There's a ton of health benefits once you've switched over. See, your body was not designed to use carbs or sugar as its primary energy source. It wasn't designed that. Our ancestors' bodies weren't designed that. We haven't evolved away from that. Your body was designed to use fat as its primary energy source. But when you become fat adapted, then you become ketone adapted. You can do what they call dual burning. And I think I explained that to you the last video. See, Emily and I are so fat adapted that even on our non-fasting days, if we decide to have some type of starchy carbs, like we will I'll have on my date night tonight, I'll have 2 pieces of sourdough bread, and I'll dip it in vinegar and oil, and that'll be the starch for the day. I mean, I don't eat bread that often, but on our date night, I'll have that. But once I ingest it, and it starts going through the digestive process, then my body is so fat adapted that even though I ate the bread, which is converted into glucose, into sugar, I'll blow right through that within an hour or 2 or 3. But at the same time I'm burning that sugar for energy, it will not be stored as fat because I'm going to blow through it. But at the same time, I'm also burning fat for fuel too. That's what we call dual fueling. Okay? But you could actually be fat adapted if most of your meals per day is carbohydrates or starchy carbs under certain circumstances. And I'll give you that. Endurance trainers or endurance athletes, they could be, most of them, are their main source of food is high carbs because they're endurance athletes. They need that extra carb to be stored as glycogen to use fuel. But what happens is that those endurance athletes blow through those carbs or sugars so fast that they don't have any left. And you guys know, if you follow me, that what happens when you run out of carbs? Then your body goes searching for some kind of other fuel source, right? So in endurance athletes, the fuel source they have is what body fat that they have. So their body is fat adapted. Their body is used to burning not only carbs, which is part of the dual fueling, but their body is already acclimated to burning fats as fuel when they've run out of carbs. So they're not going to have any issues with low blood sugar or passing out because there's no more carbs left. They don't have that issue. Now, fat adaptation in ketone adapted is different. Ketone adapted, guys, is where the magic really starts. That is when your body is utilizing most all the ketones that your liver is producing, and that is where the magic starts. That is known by science. The ketones that are being utilized are known by science as brain food. In that environment, when your body is able to utilize most of the ketones throughout at the cellular level, what that means is that your cells, your trillion plus cells, have now realized what ketones are and now have adapted to it, and they know it's good. It takes time to get there. How much time? That depends on how strict you are on your high-fat, low-carb diet, and if you're doing intermittent or alternate day fasting, and how your body is. We're all not the same. It took me a while. It took my wife less. But I'll tell you what, when you get into fat adaptation and ketone adapted, that's where the magic starts. There's a lot of science that's talking about this and the benefits from it for many disease models, especially for those of you with prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or fatty liver disease. That is the objective here. This program that we offer our clients is designed to get you into fat adaptation and to ketone adapted, and this is designed to be done the rest of your life because your body wants to be in that environment in the first place. It would rather be there, and if you do it long enough and consistent, your body's not going to want to leave that environment. And if you try to sabotage it with foods and sugars and sweets and juicy sweets and stuff, your body's going to freak out and you're not going to feel good. And you won't do it anymore. Now, yes, we do enjoy our comfort food every once in a while, but we're prepared. We have ways of being able to drop that blood sugar quickly once we do have that comfort food, which causes an insulin spike. We have ways where we can come home and drink something and just shut that sucker off to eliminate the issue of headaches or nauseous feeling because we're not used to eating high sugar stuff. Okay? Ketone, when you become ketone adapted, I'll give you one thing so we can close this out. When you become ketone adapted, science has found that ketones act as a signaling device for hormones. That's how powerful ketones are when you're fat adapted and ketone adapted, which means hormones, that's why we say that when you become rooted in fat adaptation, you get yourself into an environment known as autophagy. Autophagy is known to be the magic environment where your growth hormones are spiked throughout the day, almost all day. For you seniors, that's important because that's going to help slow premature aging. Also, when you put yourself into autophagy, you're naturally detoxing the body from all the crap you've had through for the last few days and the food you've eaten. It's detoxing it naturally, and it's also producing new muscle stem cells, brain cells, organ cells at the same time. But the ketones, once you become ketone adapted, are a signaling device for different hormones to react. You have growth hormones, you have muscle building hormones, you have all kinds of hormones. Your body is ran by all kinds of hormones. So if your body is running efficiently and you're fat adapted and ketone adapted, And the benefits of being ketone adapted is it acts as a signaling device, all those ketones you're producing. It acts as a signaling device for all your hormones, so you're running more efficiently. And besides, not just that, but you've strengthened your gut. So now you have much more. You have good gut bacteria, and 80% of your immune system is where? In the gut. So I hope I was able to explain this in a way that most of you will understand. So the conclusion to all this is the objective here is to be able to get yourself fat adapted and ketone adapted. But there are steps you have to go through. So you can go to, you can message me at drinknatureswater@gmail.com, and I'll send you some information about our online personal coaching. You can also go to my Fat Loss Made Easy group page and sign up for that in the download section. I've got some great fat burning recipes in there also. So I hope you guys saw some value in this, and I hope those of you that are on this journey along with us, I hope this will help you to understand how important it is to get into fat adaptation and into ketone adapted. And that I was able to explain that all three work differently. Okay? You guys have a great day, and we're going to see you guys at the next video. Have a good one. Bye.